So Psalm 84:5 says, "Blessed are those whose strength is in you, who have set their hearts on pilgrimage." When I first was reading that verse, that word pilgrimage leapt out at me because I was getting ready to go to South Africa, and I was thinking very much about the Lord taking me into something new. And I've noticed that there have been seasons in my life where I'm really excited about Him taking me into something new. I think of motherhood and how much I longed for that, even way back to marriage, how much I longed for that. And there are certain pilgrimages that seem like they're going to be wonderful. And going to South Africa was like that. And I was reading along in Psalm 84, and I thought, oh, that's what I want, Lord. I want to go on pilgrimage with you. But then sometimes I get to a stage where I think, I'm actually really content right here. Why don't you just leave me alone? Would you stop messing with my world? Yeah. I'm trying so hard to get it all into order, and I finally got it where I like it, and that person's doing that, and that person, and this is my job, and we've got it all situated. So I don't want anything new right now, and I feel like I resist. I get frustrated, and I don't want change. I don't want things to change. I finally got it how I can be in control of it.
I understand control.
Julie and I are the control sisters. And Danielle and I, oh, look, all four of us.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's one woman that doesn't struggle with control.
Yeah.
It was funny, shortly after I read this devotional, the sermon the following Sunday, it just tied right into it, and our pastor was talking about the Euphrates River versus the Promised Land, and how Abraham was called away from the Euphrates River to go on this pilgrimage into the Promised Land. And the Euphrates in my life, that represents the control. You know, the water is always there. It's reliable. I can see it. I can go get the water when I need it. But in the Promised Land, when the Israelites were there, they had to rely on God to bring the rain. And that's much harder.
Much harder.
So I feel like that's where I'm at right now in my life, in motherhood. I feel like it's that daily decision to live in the Promised Land and ask for that manna, but it's a daily thing. So I really struggle with that.
And you want to run down to the River Euphrates and fill up your bucket.
I know where that is.
Yeah. That's a good one, Danielle. I think those ways that we make provision for ourselves, that's not the provision that God is wanting to give us. That's tough to be content and to be willing to wait.
But I think it's just false contentment.
Yeah.
Because really going and getting full of that place really never allows us to be completely satisfied.
True.
And in my life, it's been mostly seen in my marriage, where I've wanted to I want to be safe, and I want to know that my environment is okay, and the Lord wants to be my rock, and that's a constant wrestling place for me. Of, is God really good, and is He really who He says He is? In that place of trust.
And is He good?
He is.
And when you doubt it, how does stuff go?
It goes horribly bad.
Yeah.
I feel like valleys
Yeah.
of barrenness when I want to take control.
Oh.
Not a good place. But keep my path on the Lord, my eyes on the Lord. Not the things I want to do, like with my kids. I'd rather just stay home and have Charlie do what I want to say are normal things, but we have a lot of therapies, we have a lot of things we have to do. Stepping out of my comfort zone, I don't want to release the control, but oh my gosh, has the Lord put wonderful people in our lives that are helping Him.
Yeah.
So
That is so good. That often we have to go get help when it's not working. And you've been so faithful to go get help. But that has meant that a lot of control has been taken away from you.
Yeah.
And that's not comfortable.
No, it's not my personality. But God knows me.
He does.
He's working on me.
And He didn't give you more than you could bear. And your children are a blessing. Sometimes that blessing, that kind of carving off the rough edges, the iron sharpening the iron, it's like, I don't really need that kind of transformation, God. Surely you could just leave me like I was. But none of us really wants to stay there. I know the rough edges that have been taken off my life by my relationships. At the end, when it's all said and done, and the edge is off, and then I can feel what it's like to just live my life without me poking people like that, then I'm thankful. Then thank you, God, that you didn't leave me where I was. Thank you that you took me on pilgrimage into this tough place, because I love being here. Look at this place, the Promised Land. Why would I want to stay camped out on the other side of the Euphrates, doing my thing, going to get my water every day, when God is saying, I want to provide for you. I want to be that source for you.
Abundance.
Yes. True abundance instead of my fake abundance
Yes.
with my little bucket
With holes in it.
that leaks all the way back.
I have to work so hard to go back.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So